The rumors of Travis Hunter joining the Kansas City Chiefs have sent shockwaves through the entire NFL world. Even before any official deal is signed, fan forums and sports talk shows are buzzing nonstop. Just imagine it. The most explosive two-way college football star teaming up with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid's offensive mastermind system. The offense was already deadly, but now with Hunter's potential on both sides of the ball, defensive coordinators are already losing sleep. Chiefs fans are packing Arrowhead Stadium like the Lombardi Trophy is being lifted tonight, waving red and gold flags in pure excitement. Adding Hunter to the Mahomes-Kelce duo is like inserting a cheat code into the league. Need a deep threat? He's got it. Need a clutch defensive play? He's got that too. And the craziest part? He's only 22. His ceiling practically limitless. NFL analysts are saying this move will reshape the league. Rival defensive coaches still searching for answers. The Kansas City Chiefs and their fiercely loyal fan base are witnessing something truly extraordinary unfolding this summer at Missouri Western State University. What began as routine training camp preparations has morphed into what insiders are calling the most intense, hyper-focused version of Patrick Mahomes they have ever encountered. Still carrying the sting from February's crushing 40-22 Super Bowl 59 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, the superstar quarterback has converted that bitter defeat into an unrelenting driving force, one that is electrifying every corner of Chiefs Kingdom. Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer, one of the NFL's most trusted insiders, recently painted a portrait that should send chills down the spines of every opposing coach in the league. His first-hand observations from the Chiefs' 3-week camp depict a Mahomes operating at an unprecedented level of precision and ferocity. This is a man who already boasts 2 Super Bowl rings and an arsenal of NFL records, now channeling disappointment into something far more dangerous for the competition. The people here think Patrick Mahomes has had a certain look about him through the team's 3 weeks at Missouri Western, Breer reported, perfectly encapsulating the daily reality Chiefs personnel are witnessing. This isn't a star quarterback casually going through the motions. This is a generational talent who has tasted the bitterness of defeat on football's grandest stage, and has sworn such an outcome will never occur on his watch again. The transformation in Mahomes' approach has been nothing short of astonishing. Sources describe a leader relentlessly testing the limits of what's possible in practice. He's attacking downfield with greater aggression, taking calculated risks designed to unlock new layers of the Chiefs' already lethal offense. Perhaps more importantly, he's demanding unwavering excellence from every single teammate, forging a culture of accountability that radiates from the top. He's pushing his receivers, Breer noted, emphasizing how Mahomes is determined to elevate the entire unit, not just his own game. Routes are sharper. Catches in traffic are cleaner. Focus is razor sharp. This is the kind of discipline championship teams embody when the pressure is highest. And yet, this intensified edge is coming from a franchise that hardly needed extra motivation. The Chiefs have been the NFL's gold standard for years, consistently performing at an elite level. But when you combine an already championship-caliber roster with the fuel of Super Bowl heartbreak, the result could be catastrophic for everyone else. The 2024 season tested Kansas City's depth and resilience like never before. Key weapons Rashee Rice and Marquise Hollywood Brown both suffered major injuries, forcing the offense to adapt. Rice, a critical piece of the passing attack, was lost after just 4 games to a severe knee injury requiring surgery. Brown, acquired to add another dynamic layer to the offense, sustained a sternoclavicular injury in preseason, sidelining him until Week 16. These blows forced the offensive staff to reimagine the game plan and find fresh ways to produce the explosive plays that define Chiefs football. Through it all, Mahomes proved why he's regarded as one of the greatest to ever play the position. His ability to elevate teammates, control the tempo, and make elite decisions under duress propelled Kansas City to a remarkable 15-1 regular season record and the AFC's top seed. Yet, the Super Bowl clash with Philadelphia laid bare the offensive limitations those injuries had created. In a rare misstep on the sport's biggest stage, Mahomes threw 2 costly interceptions. One returned for a touchdown, helping seal the lopsided 40-22 loss. For a quarterback known for delivering in the biggest moments, it was a bitter lesson, one that has clearly seared itself into his competitive psyche. The depth concerns that haunted Kansas City throughout the 2024 campaign have been decisively addressed through shrewd roster moves and the natural progression of young talent forged in last year's crucible of adversity. "Depth is better at the skill spots," Albert Breer observed, noting how the Chiefs' front office absorbed the hard lessons of losing Rashee Rice and Marquise Hollywood Brown, and responded with deliberate, calculated action to ensure such losses won't derail future title runs. This is the kind of long-range, championship-level thinking that separates dynasties from franchises that enjoy only fleeting success. The Rashee Rice situation still looms, with the expectation of a 4 to 6 game suspension already factored into the Chiefs' blueprint. Instead of treating it as a crippling blow, the organization views it as an early season proving ground, a stage for other receivers to step into the spotlight. One of those weapons is a familiar face, Juju Smith-Schuster. His return has been embraced as a homecoming by Chiefs Kingdom. Smith-Schuster's deep understanding of Andy Reid's offensive architecture, combined with his proven clutch play, gives Patrick Mahomes a trusted, battle-tested target. His leadership also provides an invaluable guide for younger receivers learning the demands of championship-caliber football. Among those up-and-comers is rookie Jalen Royals, an intriguing new addition to Kansas City's arsenal. While rookie receivers often require a long adjustment period, the Chiefs' sterling track record for developing pass catchers suggests Royals could make an impact much earlier than expected, especially in an environment where veterans like Smith-Schuster are mentoring him and Mahomes is pushing him toward greatness from day one. Vegas odds help frame the current narrative. DraftKings Sportsbook lists the Chiefs as the AFC's third favorite at plus 425 to reach Super Bowl 60, behind the Buffalo Bills and Baltimore Ravens, both tied at plus 330. While that reflects strong confidence in Kansas City's potential, being ranked below 2 rivals will only add more fuel to a locker room already burning with redemption fire. The season opener on September 5th in Brazil against the Los Angeles Chargers won't just be another Week 1 kickoff. It will be the first chapter in what Charles Omenihu has warned will be Mahomes' revenge tour. An international stage brings unique pressures, but it also offers Kansas City a global spotlight to declare their championship intent. And with a division rival standing in their path, the stakes are doubled. The Chargers, under an ascending coaching staff, have the talent to hang with any opponent. But the prospect of facing this newly sharpened, ruthlessly focused Mahomes could be a mountain too steep for even the best prepared adversary. Reports from Missouri Western State University all point to the same truth. The Chiefs are building towards something historic. Mahomes has evolved into an even more aggressive, demanding version of himself, creating a culture where every player, coach, and staff member is reaching for perfection. Players are showing up earlier, staying later, and pushing themselves past previous limits. Practices now carry playoff game intensity. The internal competition is so fierce that simply keeping pace requires elevating your performance to new heights. That's what makes this iteration of the Kansas City Chiefs so dangerous. They were already elite before adding the sting of Super Bowl heartbreak into their DNA. Now, with proven talent, battle-tested experience, organizational mastery, and a burning will for redemption, the Chiefs may be assembling one of the most dominant squads in modern NFL history. As training camp rolls on and Week 1 draws closer, the league will be watching closely. But based on everything being reported, the rest of the NFL should be very, very concerned about what's brewing in Chiefs Kingdom. The Kansas City Chiefs and their fiercely devoted fan base were rocked by news that sent shockwaves through Arrowhead Stadium and reverberated across the NFL landscape. What should have been a routine Wednesday practice turned into a moment of high drama when an unexpected and deeply unsettling name appeared on the injury report. It was a name that Chiefs Kingdom never wanted to see: Rashee Rice. The explosive third-year wide receiver and Patrick Mahomes' most trusted weapon in the passing game was suddenly sidelined. This wasn't just another minor practice injury. Rice, who had already endured the crushing setback of a torn LCL that prematurely ended his brilliant 2024 season, was now facing an entirely new obstacle. A groin issue, emerging seemingly out of nowhere, forced him out of action and cast immediate doubt over his availability for Kansas City's highly anticipated preseason opener against the Arizona Cardinals. And yet, the injury was only the visible part of a much larger storm brewing over Rice's future. Looming over him like a dark cloud is the expectation of a looming NFL suspension under the league's strict personal conduct policy, stemming from a devastating car accident in Dallas last year that left multiple people injured. The timing could not be more crushing for both Rice and the Chiefs organization. After months of grueling rehab to get back to peak form, he now faces a double blow: an untimely injury and an impending suspension that could derail not only his personal comeback, but also the team's offensive blueprint for the season. The Chiefs had counted on Rice to be a central figure in their aerial attack, particularly because of his rare chemistry with Mahomes. His absence in Wednesday's practice was made even more alarming by the fact that it wasn't the only setback of the day. The injury bug seemed to be sweeping through the roster like wildfire. Marquise Hollywood Brown, the veteran speedster brought in to add depth and explosiveness, was also out with a lingering ankle injury. Tight end Jake Briningstool, one of training camp's breakout performers, was sidelined by a nagging hamstring issue. On defense, key linebacker Drew Tranquill was dealing with recurring back problems that affected both his mobility and his impact on the field. For Andy Reid and his staff, these simultaneous absences were more than just a headache. They were a warning sign. With so many core contributors unable to practice, the preseason plan to build chemistry, establish rhythm, and evaluate roster depth suddenly became far more difficult to execute. Rice's absence stings even more when you consider his meteoric rise. Drafted 55th overall out of SMU in 2023, he arrived in Kansas City as a relative unknown, but wasted no time announcing himself. In his rookie year, he became Mahomes' go-to option, mastering the art of finding soft spots in coverage and delivering in clutch moments. His debut season ended with 79 receptions, 938 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Elite numbers for a first-year player learning one of the NFL's most sophisticated offenses. That instant chemistry with Mahomes was apparent from their first practice and quickly became one of the offense's most reliable weapons. Heading into 2024, expectations for Rice were sky high, and he responded with dominance: 24 catches, 288 yards, and 2 touchdowns in just his first 4 games, averaging 72 yards per contest. He was on pace for a breakout season that would cement his place among the league's elite before a cruel twist of fate struck in Week 4. A torn LCL that ended his season on the spot. The months that followed were filled with surgery, rehabilitation, and relentless work. Rice attacked his rehab with the same competitive fire he showed on the field, working closely with team doctors, trainers, and strength coaches to ensure he returned stronger than ever. Now, just as that comeback seemed within reach, the combination of injury and off-field trouble threatens to erase months of progress. And it's not just Rice's future hanging in the balance. The Chiefs' early season offensive firepower could be significantly compromised if their most trusted young weapon isn't on the field. Thank you guys. See you next video.